I don't know, I got asked to, and then once I heard about it from like the people from last year, I heard they enjoyed it and they said they had a good time. And once I started doing it, I realized that I got closer to God, and it's a big passion of mine to help others, to see how God has helped me through my life and how he like impacted my life. I would say you get to meet new people and get to hear like their past and be with like some good leaders, because the leaders that I had were really good. They impacted my life and they helped me lead and direct like some of my family members. I just really had fun, just serving and helping, just show people how God like really changed my life. So with the book that we got, it had this big thing that impacted my life. It's like the different ways on how God can see like us through. So there's multiple different ways of how God can see me, and one of the ways that I realized was that God sees me as like his like own child, and I'm not like dictating my life on what other people see me as, because me seeing that God knows that I'm his child and not what other people think about me is also like a big impact. So I just like the book really stuck out to me, and like how you can tell like what different ways you are and how you can become more like of a better person for other people to look up to you as. Our meetings are fun, they're crazy. I love the laughs that we get out of them. I love how we have our serious conversations too, to get to know everybody and like hear their stories and hear like how they got closer to God and hear some people's like stories. It's really fun.
I remember it was like right when I got back from taking a trip to Utah. I was walking into church with Zay and Haley, and they were like, hey, there's a student leadership thing. You should totally sign up for it. And I was like, okay. I went and I put in for it, and Tyler and Lindsay like emailed me and was like, hey, we would love it if you would come in for an interview. And so I went in and I got it. Probably the G tree shopping. I think that was my favorite thing to do, because I don't know, we were just helping out these kids and their families that couldn't really afford to get them gifts. So really the meetings were just always filled with great conversation. Like even whenever we had a lesson on money, which I know wasn't the most exciting for everyone, we still had good conversation during and afterwards. It was whenever we went to Dairy Queen and Andy gave us a lesson. He gave us a lesson on leadership, and I remember one thing that he said was, like, you can be the victim, but you can't be a slave to being the victim. You can't like let that define you and keep wanting to be the victim. Like, you have to want to get out of that. And I think it's an important thing to know, but if you don't know it, you're not just gonna figure it out yourself.
Thank God you over the past.
Patience. I think that's a big thing. I used to think like I was such a patient person. I had always heard like never pray for patience because you will be tested and it will be terrible. And I think I haven't really veered off. If anything, I think it's made me like stronger in my relationship and walk with God. Be a student leader. Please, we need more. Thank you. Being a student leader is a ton of fun. I think, you get to make all these friends. You get to grow closer in your walk with God, especially in ways that like you wouldn't even think you would. Like, I didn't sign up for it thinking, yeah, I'm gonna get so much closer to God. I was just like, it's something to do, making friends. But I've been shown so much over the past like 8-9 months.
So Lindsay had sent me a invitation to sign up through text messages, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to like build relationships with people in youth and others that I might not really ever talk to outside of youth. Definitely the meetings, but also building the relationships in youth and like with everyone that's in there, because like I said, I probably would never have talked to many of them, or like very little, and just getting to talk to them and knowing them on a deeper level and just having that relationship, it's been great. So we read the book Emotionally Healthy Spirituality, and in chapter 4, it was a chapter about the wall, and the wall was the like problems you have in your life, and that if you just trust in God and listen to Him, He'll get you around the wall, and that disasters that you have in your life can be disguised as a blessing, or a blessing can be disguised as a disaster. And so it took reading that and like talking about it to actually help me learn that that's truly what it is, because there's been a big, like, I've had disasters in my life, and it was a disaster at the time, but later it ended up being a huge blessing. So they should sign up because it was life-changing for me, and I think it would be life-changing for them as well, and it's just a great program, and it is really fun. It is fun to go and serve the community and get to know other people in youth. That if you just trust in Him, no matter what hole you're in or how deep into this hole you are, that He'll pull you out, and He'll send people to help pull you out, and He'll just always be there with you.